Namaste Angels. This is going to be a client reading for another one of my Patreon supporters. I'm beginning with travel, card of movement, and we could be moving toward an open relationship. Now, since I always say divine unions are already open relationships in the 3D sense, when they become open relationships, for me, they become relationships out in the open. Travel again. There could be actual travel too, movement. This is the holidays. A lot of people are moving around. Work as well. There could be movement in your career sector, as they say. Life, work now at the top, as well as communication. Maybe there was a lack of communication. I'm doing this reading on the 23rd of December. That means Mercury has gone direct, right? So communication can work now where it may not have before, and as can dating. Right, Mercury sort of controls like everything having to do with our everyday lives because it controls travel and movement and vehicles, modes of transportation, communication, means of communication, our electronics. Mercury rules all of that. So it's like we can't, if it's not working in our favor, we basically like can't live without Mercury, or when Mercury has its back to us, so it's moving backward. And speaking of Mercury, that this card can be representing Mercury, the Ice King. Also comes through very Mars-like for me. It tends to. Mars, ruler of Aries and Scorpio. Also very Leo the Lion, very Emperor from the Tarot. So like an authority figure, somebody who means big business. They're in control. They're not relinquishing control to you or anybody else. It can be an air sign too, of course, being the Ice King. Ice King and Beauty Queen, which is very Empress-like. For me, it's about like feeling good and being attractive and looking good, like being confident, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and cut here on this Emperor-like card. Ice King. And that brings us to the courting man. To go along with the courting man, we now have an overall energy of the dating queen. Divine couple. Recent past. Near future. Masculine's higher self. Blocks to the union. What the feminine can do, what the masculine can do. Further advice from the universe and the outcome. Divine couple. True gem. I like it. This relationship has value to it. And it's like legitimate, right? Genuine. Recent past. Karmic. Fair male. Can have something to do with Capricorn too. That would be the very recent past. The sun entered Capricorn yesterday. Saturn entered Capricorn on the 19th. Could have to do with that. Saturn, ruler of Capricorn. There can be air and earth involved here too. We shall see. Near future. Speaking of air, Ice Queen. This card tends to come through very Venus for me. Venus right now in Sagittarius. So with this lion here, well, tiger, it's like air and fire. Mercury also in Sagittarius right now. It was retrograde in Sagittarius. Now it has gone direct in Sagittarius. Masculine's higher self. Dating. So we had the courting man, the dating queen. Now we have the actual dating. This is on what his mind is, what's in his subconscious and all of that. Blocks to the union. New love. Could be an avoidance of that energy. Or up until this point there had been, perhaps, because there was karmic stuff in the way. The other thing is that, of course, new love, not a block at all, right? What can the feminine do here? Wallflower, this is about engaging. I asked during the love reading for the week for all the feminine, or all the collective in general, right? Would you sit it out or dance if you got the chance? And we hope that you dance, because you see there's women dancing here, there's a man dancing here, and this person is not engaged in the process. This card often reads very Capricorn to me. Capricorn, also Gemini, and Scorpio. So again, those can be particularly impactful upon this union. What can the masculine do? Soulmate. He may have a karmic soulmate that he needs to get rid of. And then that's why I think we had like twin flame here for the collective. And I said that twin flame union is like getting in the way of, these other unions. The energy of the twin flame of the divine union getting in the way of these karmic soulmate situations. That can be what's going on here too. Further advice from the universe. Beauty Queen. So this is encouraging you to make a new start. This card, as I said a few moments ago when I turned it over, it's very Empress for me. Empress, very fertile energy of new beginnings, new love, like vibrancy and fresh energy. And the outcome here. Boom. Twin flame when we get to it. How ironic is that? I was just saying it was here. So beautiful, beautiful. You guys just like most of the rest of us, or all the rest, you got some karmic issues too that you're still working through. That perhaps involve dating other people, of which you need to let go. But you'll get there. Okay. Similar to that very Mars or Emperor-like card I had before, I'm beginning with the King of Fire now, which also can represent the planet Mars for me. Mars, ruler again of both Aries, a fire sign, and Scorpio. Motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. And Mars actually in Scorpio right now, as is Jupiter, fellow ruler of a fire sign. So this can be representing that as well. Jupiter, ruler of Sagittarius, also in Scorpio. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. The King of Fire is motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Also the divine masculine of the tarot. And opening to the moon with Archangel Haniel. Important psychic insights. Events behind the scenes. Release fears that hold you back. The moon represents the sign of Pisces or other water sign. Again, possibly Scorpio or even Cancer. King of Fire. And it's the Knight of Water, who's emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, and maybe even an invitation to a social event. The Knight of Water is a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, or somebody taking on those traits or attributes. And again, quite possibly a Scorpio, because the King of Fire, both the King of Fire and the Knight of Water can represent the sign of Scorpio. And if not an actual Scorpio, the fact that Mars is in Scorpio right now. You know what? Let's go ahead and cut. And more fire. It's the Page of Fire, who is outgoing, creative, confident, and mischievous. Represents the sign of Sagittarius, first and foremost to me. But again, Aries and Leo as well. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. And we're still in that element of fire. The overall energy is the 7 of fire. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. Counting the masculine, it's that page of fire yet again. Outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. There could be a Sagittarius or the fire sign involved, or somebody else taking on those traits or attributes, with this being a court card, and court cards having a tendency to represent actual people. Whether it is or not, there is news coming your way. Pages bring news. And this one brings news of an opportunity, a new chance for something for you to go for, something about or someone about which you are particularly passionate. Surrounded by the world with Archangel Michael, a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, and the path toward enlightenment. The world for me is about the universe stepping in a very quote unquote karmic energy, right, of the universe, fated, destined. The universe steps in and makes moves on your behalf where you didn't with the world. I'd call it like my waiting to exhale card, because you can finally like take a breath or a, sigh of relief that you're out of a particular energy that you really should have gotten yourself out of a long time ago, and you didn't. So now the universe is helping you, but it like eases you out of it rather than abruptly changing the situation for you. Like it does with the Tower, for example. And in the masculine subconscious, it's the Ace of Air. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Seeing the truth of a situation, maybe even a challenging beginning. The Ace of Air is a card of victory, also truth, and cutting through the, lies and bullshit and phoniness and, omission, and just cutting to the chase with the Ace of Air. It also says it's about a challenging beginning. For me, it's about a beginning nonetheless, but it tends to show up where there had been difficulty before. And like with the world that sits atop it, this was difficulty. And so the Ace of Air shows up to say, yes, now you're getting a new beginning after having survived this other stuff. Feminine, the Eight of Water, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual, and emotional growth. And she is surrounded by a nice progression. We move from the 8 to the 9 of water. Your wish comes true. Concerns fade away, and you have a love of life. The 9 of water is a big resounding yes from the minor arcana. It is prayers answered, wishes granted. And in your subconscious, the 8 of earth, skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic, and maybe even going back to school. That can be very literal, especially given the timing. There is, school will be starting soon. Crowning the union, the 5 of water. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped. Not seeing the positive in a situation and crying over spilled milk. This is, oh, woe is me. Very doubtful energy. Not very thankful or appreciative. Like forgetting to count one's blessings. Like this one at the root. It's the 2 of fire. So we already had, quote unquote, twin flame, the actual card showing up representing it. And of the tarot, this card represents that as well. Divine unions as well. You've come into your own new partnerships or contracts. Continue to move forward. And this can have to do, yes, with, love, romance, but also actual work and or school too. The heart of the matter. The dreamer. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams. That leads to unexpected opportunities. And here's your dreams here, right? Wishes granted, dreams coming true, prayers answered, all that kind of stuff. A dreamer with Archangel Metatron for me represents the sign of Gemini. And it's here crossing the Ace of Air. And also Virgo. And it's also crossing the Eight of Earth. So this could be coming through maybe again because Mercury retrograde is over. And so that alleviates things for you. And now you have new opportunities coming your way if you jump at them. Let's go move to the romance angels for clarity, beginning with stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And opening to romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Stay optimistic about your love life. Love yourself first, however. This can often be about living and or loving for other people, the world. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Stay optimistic about your love life. And showing us two here. The first is, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. But also, past life relationship. You have known each other before. And express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. It's possible that you couldn't talk about certain things before, again, particularly because of Mercury retrograde. Communications were poor, and now you can express yourself. That we've been freed of that energy with Mercury going direct. And we're back to express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. This can have to do with that as well, expressing yourself. And or, I mean, it can have dual meaning, especially with this world, again, showing up here and this desire to move on, you know, with exes too, and just toxic people that we need to remove ourselves from. The time has come, or toxic circumstances as well. The time has come to clear your energy, you know, in either case. And that's the overall energy there. Here atop the page of fire, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So this is like all of a sudden we're hearing news that it's time, right? News of an opportunity coming our way. Atop the world, children, your love life is being affected by children. So perhaps the divine masculine in a situation involving children and or family. And he's finally being like eased out of that situation where it had been difficult and binding and he was stuck. And now victory for him and honeymoon, peace, right? Bliss, enjoying the bliss of holiday time together even, which can be very literal. Let's see, Hanukkah ended on the 21st, was the last day of Hanukkah, but now Christmas, Boxing Day, things, actual holiday times coming up now. And this is also a kind of movement. So getting moving on things here and toward a new beginning, perhaps. And atop the Eight of Water, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Atop the Nine of Water, heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. You could have been hoping for this. And now, again, maybe you have an opportunity because Mercury retrograde is over. This sits here next to the Fool or the Dreamer in this deck, which I said for me represents the planet Mercury. Atop the Eight of Earth, that reward card, let go of control issues and allow this situation to unfold naturally. Are you trying to like direct the reward and when you get it and all that kind of stuff? Like these things have to happen naturally, as it says, unfold. Atop the Five of Water, extend your lighthearted energy to others rather than being heavy with negativity and oh, woe is me and that sort of thing. Atop the Two of Fire, very nice chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here between the two of you. And at the heart of the matter, atop the Dreamer, and that Mercurian energy, Mercury, the planet of communication, is again, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And blonde female, which is showing up for the masculine. This blonde female represents the divine feminine for me, the feminine of the light. And that is toward what or whom he is being directed. Very nice. For you here, destiny. So again, stop trying to control it. It's going to play out, and it's like, you know, meant, and it just happens on its own. If we don't get in our own way, in the universe's way, and limit things and block our blessing with negativity and doubt and failure to count them, failure to show appreciation, that's blocking our blessing, and then we steal from ourselves. This card can also, because this is a card of thievery, theft, stealing, it can also represent like lack of confidence and distrust as it relates to partnerships, friendships, romantic connections, distrust maybe, you know, of our partners and things like that. Plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. It's the energy of joy stealing too for me. The masculine could be dealing with some of that, whatever this issue with children is in the world. For you, the Four of Fire. Contentment, peace, and abundance. A happy home life and the successful completion of a project. And this can be a card of commitment. We could be going back to that open relationship with which we started. Commitment, marriage could be representing the sacred marriage. Peace, happiness, whatever turns you on. Those dreams coming true, represented here by the Nine of Water. All of that, the contentment, the bliss of honeymoon and spending holiday time together and all that stuff. And past life relationship, lastly, for the masculine, from the romance angels, you've known each other before. And I think this has both positive and negative connotations, that it's connected to his karmic issue, but also to you. Dual meaning. And lastly, they really want you to make the effort, because skilled work is rewarded, right? With 8 of Earth. So go ahead and make the effort, express your love, and then you'll get your reward, right? You'll be rewarded by a heart-to-heart conversation, or with a heart-to-heart conversation that will bring you peace, contentment, clarity. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. I hope that you enjoy your reading and you find it helpful, dear. Namaste, angel.